To have this final strike.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Bomber video. Whoo! Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so first of all, we did not deserve to win that game. Hamilton outplayed us. They totally did. But good teams find a way to make it happen. Also, one disclaimer I'm going to do. A lot of people complaining about the officiating the command center, whether that is Kenny Lawler being offside at the end, whether that is Brendan Alexander getting a pick and it not even being ruled incomplete, but actually being ruled that Hamilton keeps the ball somehow, even though it comes out in Alexander's hands, which kind of beats me. Command center is just completely garbage all across the board. I don't want to hear anything about reffing. Reffing was terrible both ways. Officiating was terrible both ways. This command center does not have the balls to overturn anything. And so no matter how bad the calls are on the field, I'm just glad that we didn't have Andre Pruitt, because it probably would have been even worse than that. It was just a mess, this game. Oh my God. I don't even. Okay. Let's get started on it. Adam Mighill out before the start of this game, and Shane Gauthier going into that center spot. He's a replacement for him. Hope Big Hill gets better. Gauthier, I thought, did well, although I was really starting to get frustrated with the injuries and this and that. The amount of guys we had going out of this game was just frustrating. Going into the first quarter, the Bombers pushed it a little bit, and then very shortly in, Stanley Bryant goes down, and he is down for a long time. Before he goes down, because he... The injury spotter looked like he was kind of coming in, because Stanley Bryant, he was walking around and he wasn't limping, but he just kind of seemed out of it. Takes a knee, and so I'm thinking, okay, surely probably, just, I don't know, got some adrenaline, but maybe just kind of got a little bruised up. But then he goes down, and he's down for an extended period of time. I have no idea what's going on. I'm kind of messaging all my friends who are watching this game online, and exactly what's going on with him. And apparently they'd kind of seen, some people that were closer to in the stadium had seen that they were pouring actually water down the front of his jersey. And so then I was like, is this maybe, because I didn't think it was a leg issue, he wasn't limping, is this possibly heat stroke? So we don't actually have any confirmation of what it is. Thankfully for Stanley Bryant, Victoria Hospital is very, very close to Princess Auto Stadium, but less than a 5-minute drive, even with traffic. It is literally right there. So thankfully he was able to get there, and they were able to check up on him and get him in stable condition and this and that. So my guess is heat stroke. But I hope he's okay and everything. I'm sure he'll be fine, but this was a little bit of a scary thing. He was, it was extended period of time, and when you see a guy leaving the field on a stretcher with an IV strapped to him, it's never good. So glad to hear that he got to Victoria Hospital and the stable and all that sort of stuff. So hope for a speedy recovery for Stanley Bryant. Bombers continue to get moving. Castillo then goes and hits a 43-yard field goal. 3-0 Winnipeg. Ticats go in for their offense. They then go 2 and out. And then the Bombers would follow up and do the same. And however, the Ticats would take an illegal blocking penalty on the punt return. And so, yeah. Ticats go to third down and punt. Should have taken a knee and given up the single. Yeah, this was something I kind of thought of. So the Ticats go and they punt from decently deep in their own end zone. Now, Ticats punt, and with where their punt was, it was one with Castillo, who's hit 60-yard field goals, and this and that, where they punt. Winnipeg is easily in field goal range. And with one more pass, it was one of those things where Castillo would have had almost a 0% chance of missing it. So one thing I don't get here is why they don't just give up the single and just kind of take the better field position. Just in the sense of that, by doing that, they now have a bit of a better chance on offense. They got a bit more field in front of them. If they decide to punt that, they can really get them further down the field. And by punting, you're now giving up a field goal. So you're giving up 3 points instead of the 1 that you would be giving up before. So not going to lie, I think it was a little bit of a mistake on Scott Milanovich's part. I don't think he was strategically thinking there. But, you know, I'm a Bomber fan, so, I mean, I didn't care. So they do that. Bombers would then push it down. There'd be a great run by Brady Oliveira. And then at the start of the second quarter, Castillo hits an 18-yard field goal, making this 6-0 Winnipeg. Ticats push, and then Mark Leggio for them hits a 27-yard field goal, making this 6-3 for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And then the Bombers push it down the field. Tiger Cats go offside, putting Winnipeg on at 2nd and 1. And then Caleros goes for a screen pass, throws it way too high, and unfortunately throws his first pick of the game. Faking it.
Whoa! No! Where are you throwing? Who was even there?
That was bad.
Who was there?
Oh, Zach, you can't throw that. Oh, that was bad.
You better get one.
Caleros with his first pick of the night, unfortunately, would not be his last, man. All that stuff was stressing me out. This is Caleros just simply forcing a play. Like this, or not even forcing a play. He just throws it way too high. Like he's not even close. It's just a bad throw. It's one of those things sometimes, when it comes to a pick, sometimes the receiver not running a route. It can be a variety of different things. This is a situation where this is like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This is on Caleros. He's got to know better. He's can't be doing that. But then Evan Holm would then grab himself a sack.
Get him! Yeah! There we go!
Evan Holm with his first sack of the game. I think his only sack of the game, but sack for Evan Holm. Very, very happy with that. It would go back and forth a bit. And then, so when Stanley Bryant goes out, Randolph, who had been at right guard in Pat Neufeld's position when Pat Neufeld was out, Randolph then goes and he kind of rotates over onto the left tackle where Stanley Bryant was. And then Eli and Wallace would actually be kind of taking turns filling that right guard position. So it started off with Eli. I think Wallace would get some reps in later that game. So that was kind of what the situation with the offensive line that they did there. But yeah, Randall takes a penalty here. He gets a hands up in the face. Kind of unfortunate. Would have gotten a first down if he didn't, but it is what it is. However, I say it's unfortunate. Caleros gets sacked. I say that play, though, was unfortunate, but it really wasn't that unfortunate as we punted down the field. And then Tony Jones forces the fumble. We pick it up for a Blue Bomber touchdown. Tony Jones forcing the fumble with what a hit. Just completely levels him, the returner. And the Bombers able to pick that ball up, scoop it up, and grab themselves a touchdown in the end zone. Conversion is good. 13-3 Winnipeg. This definitely was felt like a little bit of a relief for Bomber fans in the sense of that the offense really wasn't getting a ton. So being able to put up some points on special teams or defense or whatever was kind of something where I was like, okay, well, if we can't score on offense, we could score on something else. So special teams getting a touchdown there. Love to see it. And at this point, one thing that you don't love to see, Wallace goes down. So now we're down to just five offensive linemen, including our backups. So we got Eric Lofton, we got Randolph in there, we got Eli, we got Colin Kowski, and we got Liam Dobson. That's our 5. And because Stanley Bryant and Wallace were out, so so all at that point, it's like if one of them goes down, it's like, what do we, take a guy like Jake Thomas and these are the plays, learn it as quickly as you can. Like you gotta, pass block, rush block, this is what you got to do. Thankfully, it didn't get to that, but I was starting to get a little worried about that because I'm gonna tell you right now, Hamilton would have totally took advantage of that. They would have been like, okay, we're gonna do a double blitz on Jake Thomas and just blow past him because this guy's a D lineman. Very, very glad that it did not get to that point. Wallace would get carted off. Hope that it isn't too bad, but he got carted off, so that's not good. That's for sure. Didn't get off on his own 2 feet. Caleros would then get hit, and he would get kind of roughed up a little bit. There'd be a roughing the passer penalty against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. First down, Winnipeg. Bombers kind of continue to push a little bit, and Sergio Castillo hits the 41-yard field goal, making this 16-3 Winnipeg going into halftime. That is halftime. I mean, sorry, Fred Penner was there. So, you know, great. It was one of those things. It was just fun. It was fun. I think he was over in like Hamilton or BC or something like that. One of these other games. Like I think he's been at a few CFL games at a variety of spots in the league. Or I can't remember if it was Toronto. He was somewhere. Some of these are games. So, you know, Fred Penner, yay. And so we would then go into the third quarter a bit. And this third quarter would not start with a whole lot. It would go kind of back and forth a little bit. And then the Ticats would then really, really start to drive the field. Fortunately, they drive the field a little more than I'd like, as Bo Levi Mitchell and the Tiger Cats able to push down the field and grab themselves their first touchdown of the game. Come on, guys. They're not that good. First touchdown of the game for the Ticats. Conversion is good. 16-10 Winnipeg. All of a sudden, this game just got a lot closer. It would continue to go back and forth a little bit, and then Caleros throws his second pick of the game. Yikes.
Come on, guys. First down this thing.
No! Come on, Zach! Come on, Zach. That's not you.
Zach Caleros.
Not good. Not good. I was really hoping that for the rest of this year, he would really cut down on those picks and would throw some more touchdown passes and kind of, you know, level out the stats a little bit. But this game did not do any favors in that regard. Offside Winnipeg. God damn it. I'm just getting really annoyed at the penalties we're taking here. And it's just not looking good. Then Mark Lakio for Hamilton hits a 49-yard field goal, making this 16-3 Winnipeg. Bombers would then get going, and there'd be a great run for Brady Oliveira. Getting a lot of yardage there.
Yes! Go! Yeah! Oliveira! Woo!
Brady Oliveira. Lots and lots of good rushing in that play there. Wish he was consistent through the majority of this game. As for early point in this game, Oliver kind of struggled to really, really get his footing. But he was able to get it there, so good on him. Bombers then really start to push the field, and Sergio Castillo hits a 44-yard field goal, making this 19-3 for Winnipeg. However, the Ticats respond, push the field themselves, and grab themselves the second touchdown of the same quarter.
Stop there! Damn it!
Greg Bell.
Damn it! Come on, guys!
Not a good look. Convert is, so Convert is good. However, before the conversion happens, the cheer team actually goes out too early, as this touchdown happens at the end of the third quarter. I can't remember the name of the official, but he is not happy. And so they go up and they get set up and they're doing their dance routine or whatever. And the official's walking over. There's no music. You know, credit to the girls doing it. They're still dancing. They're doing their job. And you know, the official was not impressed and kind of kicks him off the field. I kind of felt bad. It was just kind of funny. Not in this kind of funny. It just the whole situation. Not, you know, against anyone. No ill will. Conversion was good. 20-19 for Hamilton. Ticats at that point take the lead. And then properly between the third and fourth quarter, they do their dance routine, and that all works out well for them. However, what wasn't working out well for me was that we just gave up 17 points in the third quarter of this game. Guys, wake up. Like, you know, we were doing okay the first half of this game. I mean, we're leading, but I mean, without that special teams tackle, where are we? Not leading by much. Hamilton really was just getting a lot. They were getting a lot of offense. They were getting kind of those big flashier throws than we were. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, like I really wanted Ontario Wilson to have just the craziest game ever, just to just up Shamar Bridges. But Bridges played solid. I think even Tim White got some decent passes in there, which it was like, oh God, don't let Tim White resurge now. Like that's the thing. As me and Rick kind of talked about in the preview, Hamilton is not a situation where they're winning. They are playing spoiler at this point. They are going around and they're losing most of those games, but they're winning a few games in here and there just to cause some chaos for some of those other teams in the playoff race. So Ticats having a bit of fun there. But what's concerning to me, but we go into the fourth quarter and I think, Winnipeg's really got to get their crap going. Winnipeg would take a holding penalty off on the kickoff return. So not good. Bombers push it up the field a bit and then Collaros gets sacked again. Really starting to get frustrated at the lack of protection in front of Collaros. I understand that our O-line is beaten up a little bit, but Wallace, Eli, it's like these guys, it's like if they are in Randolph, if these guys want to be able to stick around on that offensive line, when a guy like Stanley Bryant, when a guy like Neufeld, when they're getting kind of older and eventually they're going to move on from Winnipeg, whether that's just moving on and going somewhere else or retirement, we have to have guys that are ready to step up. So it's one of those things. I think this was a big opportunity for them, and I don't think they were able to make the most of it. But if Bryant or Neufeld is out in one of these future games, I hope they're able to do a bit more with it. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. It's about 1 a.m. when I'm recording this. This will be going up throughout the day at a halfway decent time. Unlike this time, which is not halfway decent. I am exhausted. But yeah, Collaros gets sacked again. Wake up, guys. Seriously, this is ridiculous. And then the Ticats would have a really good punt return. However, Ticats take a holding penalty. So that ball, all the way back it goes, does not get it done. So just means nothing. But I'm not going to lie, I was not crazy about our coverage on special teams in the sense of, I saw the way when we played Toronto where we punt that ball down, Sheehan would get that in a decent spot and our coverage would swarm them and there was absolutely nowhere to go. Janarian Grant, best returner in the league right now, just was not able to do anything. He was completely neutralized against Winnipeg. Special teams just wasn't able to really have that effect on the Ticats today. I can't remember who the name of the guy is they had at returner, but he sure was running routes around us. And we get lucky that one of his other players was undisciplined, which is the only reason that ball goes back, because he brought his team basically into field goal range almost. Ticats really start pushing the field. And then Ticats punt, and Lucky White had absolutely nothing on the return, just really not getting any blocks in front of him. I wasn't upset with Lucky Whitehead. I was kind of annoyed with the lack of half decent blocks in front of him. It really felt like sometimes we're half-assing it. We need results, to be fair. At the end of the day, you need results. So just wasn't able to get much. There'd be a good pass for Nick Dembski, though, as the Bombers would get going. They'd then punt. And then the Ticats would get their opportunity. They'd start pushing. And then Bo Levi Mitchell throws one. And Brennan Alexander comes out with the ball. So their player, I can't remember if it was Tim White or Bridges or whoever the hell it was, makes the catch, goes down. Ball's fumbling around, doesn't hit the turf, fumbling around in the legs. And Brennan Alexander gets that hand on it, snags that ball. They rule this as a Ticats completed pass, which confuses me as that ball pops up the second he hits the ground. Which, again, based on the command center's ruling in the Winnipeg, I think it was the Winnipeg-Toronto game? It was the most recent Bomber game where there was no, it was, I'm trying to remember, was it that or was it the Argos, Saskatchewan? I don't know. I've watched so much football, I can't even remember. There was a situation where a team was, I can't remember what team it was. I think it was Toronto. Actually, I think it was Toronto. I think it was the Toronto-Saskatchewan game where Toronto was struggling to get touchdowns. They get to the 1-yard line. They can't get it done. Where they throw it into the end zone on the corner. Guy has it in the hands, but then the second he hits the ground, it completely comes out, and they rule that incomplete. So I was expecting that or a pick, considering that Brennan Alexander comes up with this ball. So they ruled a completed pass for Hamilton, which is kind of the one thing couldn't be, as it could have been incomplete or it could have been an Alexander interception, but just confused me. Ticats, they know, like, Hamilton. It's funny. Hamilton was more where the command center was. The command center is just completely fumbling this, not knowing what the hell to do. But the Ticats know that this is that Alexander gets this, or that this is an incomplete pass, as they are rushing this next snap. Like, I mean, rushing. They were sprinting their guys to the line, trying to get this next play underway. However, Coach Mike O'Shea, not going to fall for that. Challenge flag comes out just barely in the nick of time. I literally was staring at where O'Shea was, thinking, like, is he going to challenge it? Is he going to challenge it? Oh, hell yeah, he just challenged it. Let's go. And again, cannot blame O'Shea for challenging this. That was the right call. However, the ruling stands, again, because the command center doesn't have the balls to overturn anything, even if it's staring right in front of them. And again, I'm not blaming the game on the command center or the refs. They suck both ways. It wasn't good. CFL needs to fix their command center. It's absolute dog shit. I think everyone can mutually agree on that. It sucks. Is what it is. And then the Ticats would go for the field goal. However, Mark Leggio looking, missing the field goal kick. I guess some things never change when Mark Leggio's in Winnipeg. Misses field goals. It's funny because Leggio hits a few field goals earlier in this game, and I'm kind of like, why didn't we get this Mark Leggio, hitting the field goals? But he misses there. Well, I'm like, he's still in there. He's still in there. That's the Mark Leggio I knew. So Leggio completely misses it. Bombers able to get out a little bit, but man, this offense can't do anything. And I'm just like, guys, Hamilton's last in the league. They're last in the league for a reason. This is not a good team. They have pieces, but we cannot be losing to them like this. Like, this is frankly, this is ridiculous. So we try to get that throwing game going. Go for a pass. Can't remember even who it was to, but it bobbles up, and I hate it when that ball goes up when we go for a pass and it hits someone and it pops right up. Easiest pick in the world for the defense, and that's exactly what the Ticats do.
No! Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious? There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking.
Ticats with another pick. I'm like, this is terrible. Like, this is. Am I seriously about to watch my team lose to the freaking Tiger Cats? Like, come on, guys. In our Lord's year 2024, come on. Ticats push the field, and they don't get it. Third down. Scott Milanovic goes for a bit of a bold play close to the end zone. Challenges it for pass interference. I don't know. I don't know about this one. And the reason I'm saying I don't know is legitimately because I don't know, in the sense of that I saw it from the exact opposite end of the field, so good 140 yards away, if we're counting onto the seating and all this and that. So I'm nowhere near this. And unfortunately, we really didn't get any good replay angles in the stadium. So I'm not gonna comment on whether this was a good one or a bad one. I know some Ticats fans were upset about it, but could it have been a bad call by the command center? Yes. It could have been a good call by the command center. Yes. I just don't know because I didn't see it. But either way, Brendan Alexander got a pick earlier, but we're not counting that. So, so it is what it is. This is a great example. Calls will go both ways. Doesn't always go Winnipeg's way. Does not always go Hamilton's way. Doesn't go Hamilton's way in this regard. Ruling on the field stands. Third down, Ticats. Leggio goes for the field goal, hits a 45-yard field goal, making this 23-19 for the Ticats. A little bit problematic for the Bombers. So now the Bombers need a touchdown. Field goal isn't good enough, and they do not have the time to grab a single and a field goal. There's just Hamilton. If they get any sort of possession on that ball at this point in the game, they can kill the clock and it's game over. So the Bombers got to keep it going. I'm thinking, man, Bombers starting to push. It is do or die. There'd be illegal contact on the Ticats on hit that he had on Caleros, first down. And, man, they really start getting this going. Great pass for Ontario Wilson, getting those hands up, making the play, but then immediately snatching that out, not able to let someone hit the ball right out of it. But he almost, it's funny, the tackle, it almost looks like, if you know anything about wrestling, there's a move that Seth Rollins does called a sling blade. You can search it up if you want to know what it is. Where it's essentially a guy does like a spinning clothesline, and it looks like that's right what happens to Ontario Wilson when he goes down. Literally hit right in the head. Just no point of contact to the shoulder. Totally right in the head. However, he was completely fine, so that's fine. I'm glad to hear about it. I thought that they might call something for that. They didn't, but honestly, it was one of those things where if Ontario Wilson was okay, I was just like, I don't even care. We gotta move it down the field. We don't have time for this. And the Bombers they try to keep the play going because they're like, we have the momentum now. We can't sit here. There's how you can ice the quarterback or you ice the kicker. You can't ice our own quarterback here. Caleros is in it right now. He's in the zone. He hasn't been all game, but we got to take advantage of it if we can. And then Nick Dembski with a catch, and we're just getting all that closer to the touchdown we're looking for. Yes! Come on! Nick Dembski with the catch, keeping this going. Brady Oliver able to get it in and push it and push it and push it. And then we throw, I believe, to Ontario Wilson, and I thought we were at the 1.
First and goal.
Come on, boys!
Oh my God, right at the goal line.
Woo! 1 yard! I thought we were at the 1. However, when it goes down, the ball comes loose. And it's ruled an incomplete pass. And man, that sucks. If only there was a way I could get over it. And there is a way I could get over it. Kenny Lawler! Zach Caleros throws to Kenny Lawler for the touchdown. The Bombers have come back! The Bombers finding ways to throw away a game that should be an easy win, and then coming back to win that game in clutch. Conversion is good. 26-23 Winnipeg. They're up by a field goal with 13 seconds left on the clock. Bombers do a good job on field goal on kickoff, really making sure to push that returner to the outside, getting him out of bounds. Do not let him run around. He has been running routes around us all night, so they were very, very careful on this. And then at this point, it's game over, baby!
Got him! Jefferson, go! Throw in there. It's out of bounds. Out of bounds. No time! No time! 0! Fuck you, Hamilton! Let's go, Winnipeg!
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers defeat the Hamilton Tiger Cats by a score of 26-23. And with that, the Bombers are now second in the West. They, with a losing record. As Winnipeg now tied in points with the BC Lions. However, they have that tiebreaker against BC, so they now are second as the Lions 4 consecutive losses. The Riders 4 losses and a tie. They haven't won in a long time. However, unfortunately, the one thing I just thought of it because I was like, for a while, I've been talking about how the Bombers have given up 20 points or less, or I might have said under 20, but 20 points or less against since week 6, and that continues if we're counting it that sense. As the Ticats only get 20 points, they do not get over that. over that threshold. So since week 6, Bombers defense in a single game has not given up. Now, I would point out this was against the Tiger Cats. I would argue that we shouldn't. Actually, no. What am I saying? I literally just said we don't give up more than 20 points, but now I'm realizing we lost 23-26. Okay. Ignore the stupid thing I said there. Complete brain fart. Whoops. I'm just thinking about when it was 20. Yeah, good times before Mark Leggio hits the field goal. Yeah, so we give that up. So Ticats first team since week 6 to put up more than 20 points against the Bombers. That sucks. I know Bo Levi Mitchell gets a lot done, and he's able to throw for a lot of yards and this and that. But like at the end of the day, there's still a Ticats. He only threw 220 a night. Both him and Caleros 50%. Caleros 18 for 36, and Bo Levi Mitchell 14 for 28. So really not a great game for either of them. Even just looking at this receiving core, like Tim White. Wow, 134 yards on 7 receptions. Like, that was the game Tim White is being looking for. Mark Leggio goes 3 out of 4. Then, who are the picks? So, it was Wilson, Barlow, and there was one more interception, but the score app doesn't have it on here. And then it was Jones who forces the fumble. I think they have this mixed up because Jones forces the fumble, and I believe it's Ayers who recovers. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the stats from this game. But overall, how are we feeling? I'm feeling great. Like, it's one of those things where, do I like the way we won this game? No. However, a win's a win. Good teams find ways to win. They do. They just do. However, we're going to need to play a lot better than that. And thankfully, I think the Bombers understand that. As the Bombers pretty much always understand that when it comes to Labor Day, when it comes to Banjo Bowl, no matter where the teams are in the standings, it does not matter. Saskatchewan won the first game against Winnipeg this year. Winnipeg, if they want the season series against Saskatchewan, they need to win both of these games. And that if Winnipeg finds a way to win both of these games, that is huge. I think Winnipeg wants to at least go 1-1 of these two, Labor Day and the Banjo Bowl. Back-to-back weeks against Saskatchewan. I will be at both of these games. I am going to Saskatchewan for the Labor Day Classic. And so I'll be making sure to do all this wonderful filming for you wonderful people once that is all done. But man, I am so excited for that. I'm so happy that the Bombers were able to get the W because, again, Hamilton doesn't need it. They're just playing spoiler against us. So it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around. If you haven't, hit the little subscribe button, and a little notification bell helps out the channel a ton. Make sure you do that. Also, if you're looking for CFL league-wide content, check out Canadian Football Central. Link to that channel is in the description below. We will do league-wide coverage, previews of each week, reviews of each week, player interviews, mid-season reports, all sorts of CFL content. The best you're going to find on YouTube is on Canadian Football Central. Link to that in the description below. Make sure you check it out. Also, check out all the wonderful Jets content that's been going out. We had a video come out. Zach had done a wonderful video on the Rutger McGroarty trade as he get traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So make sure you check that out, as well as just a lot of all these different different transactions that the Jets have had, players going through developmental, all this and that, Moose players. Draft rights expiring. Absolutely everything Jets related covered on this channel. So again, make sure you check those videos out. Zach puts so much work into that. So make sure you do that. Without further ado, peace, love, and positivity to all you wonderful people at home. And I'll see you guys next time.